another example of why we fuck with Dolly, and I ain't letting her go. And also, I'm thinking about this. This is why I've never been the type of person. Dolly passed when she was she was 80, and this trans man driver that was her driver. I saw it was like a story or an article they did in reference to him in the 90's. And this is why when it comes to older people, especially like older family members, when people be like, when it comes to them like misgendering or just not being very progressive, I don't believe the bullshit. I believe it's too many elderly people that get it, that don't mind using the right names and pronouns, and the people that want to make it difficult, they make it difficult. So yes, fuck me, ma. If she can't get your pronouns right, or she keep misgendering you, and you've been in your transition for years, fuck that hoe. Because I believe I've met too many elderly people that are fine with queer people, that know of queer people, and they get it. And the ones that want to make it difficult, or oh, I knew you would, no, you want to be disrespectful. You're going out of your way to be disrespectful. So it's fuck you to the ones that don't get it, and then we uplifting the ones that do get it and that we're supportive. Also, I think this really speaks to us just being westernized in America, because being queer, being trans is so demonized. The erasure of trans people just from the narrative, acting like we just came from under Iraq 10 years ago, when we've been here. And not only have we been here, we have been an integral part of people's lives. But we're usually the parts of the story that nobody talks about, right? And I think I said this on the live. If you look at other cultures, there's a place for trans people in the culture. Trans people are revered. Trans people are the bridge between the masculine and the feminine worlds. And we're gods in other cultures. And we could be gods in American culture, but colonialism, white supremacy, all of that stuff. But even when I think of my own life, there's so many people who are elders in my family that were connected, or who knew of family members who were like queer or trans, like in the 50s and 60s. But because we are taught to kind of not talk about it, and not just to be silent about it, so much history gets lost, so much information gets lost. And then when you have these new queer kids, or new kids that show signs of being queer, they can't identify themselves in older people, and you lose that sense of community. So I'm glad that stories like this, about Dolly Parton, not only having a trans man limo driver, but just her giving life to his story, just adds to the canon that trans people have always been here, and we've always been a supporting part, a strong supporting part, just in culture, just in culture, just in culture. And we were always part of the equation, even though, our history was stripped from us, or we were just kind of pushed into the margins. We were always part of the narrative. And no shade, if we like, what type of stories are we telling if we're not telling the complete stories of people? But I'm gonna just leave this here. It's just something that crossed my mind. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. And I hope they rename that airport in Nashville, because I don't know what does BNA stand for.